So like I said yesterday, we had quite the windstorm, and it doesn't look like the leaves picked themselves up. Sorry there's a plane flying overhead, but look at this. We have to rake all these leaves up. Look at that in my driveway over there. Another big branch. I picked up a few big branches already yesterday when I got home. There's another good sized one. Leaves everywhere. We are gonna have to collect them all and use them in the area though. While we're out here, let's just take a quick look here. Everything seems to be growing nicely. The cabbages, the kales are coming up. We're looking good, guys. We are looking good. The bok choy looks beautiful. Cabbages over there are doing alright. Garlics are looking amazing. But yeah, it was a very windy day yesterday, as you can tell. But nothing got damaged, nothing broke, so we're good to go. But here's the deal. I'm not going to be raking these up right now. Me and Christine are going to go have a day together. Anthony is going to watch Tyler. We are going to go do a little Christmas shopping for Tyler and Anthony and go have lunch and hang out and just have a day out, just us. So it'll be nice. While we have the babysitter back home for Christmas, we might as well use them, right? So we will get to this stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny and 67, a beautiful day. That's when we're going to be doing the work. So have no fear. I am going to show you a couple of different ways to use the leaves that fall. Even in the fall when they're brown and dead and they fall, you can do the same exact things I'm going to implement with all these. I wasn't expecting all these leaves, obviously, but they're still green. They weren't supposed to technically come off the tree, but now that they are down, we will utilize them. So I'll show you a couple different methods that I can do with them around the property. Okay, but before I head out on my adventures of the day, let me just show you an update of indoors of all of our peppers and tomatoes. I see back here we have a little one popping up back there. That's the boxcar willy. The tomatoes are going to come up way before the peppers. That's just how it always is. So no activity in pepper world. But look at the black vernissage. Those guys are like, hey, we are here. They popped out real quick. So I just lowered my light. See, it's only about maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches away from the light. You want them as close to the light as possible so they don't get long and leggy. Because if they start stretching out trying to reach the light because there isn't enough, their stems are going to get really long and not as strong. So you don't want that. You want them to get as much light as possible and not get leggy, like they call it, which is just long stems. What's up, everyone? It is Sunday morning. It's about 9 o'clock. Temperature is about 55 degrees, but the sun is shining. It's clear out. And this is what I love to do in the mornings, man, on the weekends. I love to sit out front, have some coffee, and soak in the sun. We have a lot of work to do today. I already went to Lowe's and got a garden rake. And when I'm done doing this and relaxing for a while, we'll get to work. Until then, I'm going to get a little tan in December. Alright guys, so like I said, I went to Lowe's this morning already and got the garden rake, which is right here. We could rake up our leaves now. But these caught my eye and I don't know, I felt ambitious. So I got some parsley, oregano, sage, and sweet basil. And we're going to plant them in those little pots that I got right behind them. Also in the garden, the more delicate greens aren't growing. We did the Bib lettuce, and we did the Tom Thumb. They didn't sprout up. So what I did was I grabbed some already going Butter Crunch and romaine. So we're going to plant those in the garden in those rows that the delicates did not come up in. And we're going to plant our little herbs in our pots. Alright, so with all the unexpected leaves that fell, I'm going to do 3 different things with them. Let me rake them up and show you what it is. Okay, first thing we're going to do with these leaves is this.
I can actually jump over this. Watch.
Jump in them.
Whee!
Alright guys, first thing we're going to do with these leaves is we're going to put them in some black trash bags. We're going to just put some water in them, poke holes in the trash bags, and just leave them on the side of the house all winter long. By next summer, these will be what's called leaf mold. It'll almost be like a composted leaf, and leaves are very good in trace minerals. They come from the trees that have deep roots. They have a lot of minerals, a lot of nutrition. So we'll load them in the bags, and we'll let them sit on the side of the house until next summer, and then we'll lay them right into the beds. Very good nutritional value for the garden. So first thing is making leaf mold. You want to help me with this? Now I can use your help.
Hey guys.
Alright, this isn't going to take long at all.
Nope. Shovel's got to do it.
Alright, so I got 2 bags here that we're going to use to make leaf mold. I'm just going to pop some holes in it. And that's just so water can drain. Now I'm going to soak them and put them on the side of the house. Actually, I'm just going to set them right in this contained little bed here. Second thing you can do with your leaves is put it directly into your chicken composting run. It'll break down naturally as they stir it in. Plus it adds a good nitrogen source and again the trace minerals. Okay, just to be clear guys, the direct application of leaves like I did in the chicken run, let them compost in there. You can do that in your raised beds, around your plants. I could have put some in the banana plants. Anywhere you want to direct sow it, you can. Now you guys up north, your gardens are done for the year basically. They're kind of laying dormant. Put a big layer of leaves on top of them. What that'll do is it'll insulate the ground first of all, so you'll get an earlier defrost in your raised beds, because that blanket of leaves will kind of keep the temperature a little bit better than what it would be in ground. Yeah, so if you pile on your leaves in your raised bed, the snow will come, you guys that get snow up north, and what it'll do is it'll be a blanket basically on your raised bed. So in the springtime, it'll thaw out quicker. You'll be planting a couple of weeks earlier than most people. So layer up those leaves, man. Use them. Do not throw them away. Okay, second application. Well, wait, what was the first one? Okay, so first application was jumping in them, Tyler. The real first application was making leaf mold. So we did that easy. Big bags, water them in, put holes in them, let them sit the rest of the winter. Next summer, man, you're going to open that bag and it's going to smell so good. You put that right in the garden. It'll be a nice jump in the spring. And then we put some in the chicken composting run. So the third application I'm doing is leaving it in the lawn. I'm going to just mow it, let it mulch in, and that'll feed the grass also. So I'm feeding the grass, I'm making leaf mold for next spring, and we got some in the chicken run. Win-win situation. Don't throw your leaves away. put this block in. This will help mulch the leaves up. Alright, let's do it. I forgot to mention, the babies started laying eggs and also singing a little. Maybe we'll come back later and see if they laid any for us. So yesterday just the black vernissage was sprouted. Now we have yellow gooseberries, Cherokee purple came up, and those were sprouted already yesterday. Those are the Boxcar Willie. And just a tiny little nub right there of the Amish paste. So all the tomatoes are coming up. What are you doing?
I like the treat, and Mommy got a squishy, and guess what animal it is? Kitty!
Wow.
And they got different color ears.
Did you jump in the leaves earlier?
Yep.
Alright, so real quick, I'm just going to pot up these herbs. I got some of that Miracle Grow moisture control. They're little tiny pots, so we'll just use that. Got the parsley here. It does like part shade, so we're going to put it back further in the garden. Us. Okay, so I'm going to put the sweet basil and the garden sage toward the front, in front of the beds, because that gets a lot of sun, and they like full sun. So, and the parsley and oregano are going to go toward the back of the garden where there's still shade already. Okay, yeah, so right there they're going to get plenty of sunlight there, 6+ hours for sure. These two will sit back in here. They get a lot of shade in the afternoon, so that should be good. And that's it, guys. I cleaned up. I mowed all the leaves right into the grass, so now there's going to be some good food there in the spring. Cleaned up. All the leaves are gone. 2 bags of leaf mold. The chickens have some. The grass got some. Planted up the herbs. And then these guys I'll put in the ground later tonight. We got the romaine we're going to just wedge right in between there. And then we got the butter crunch, the bib lettuce butter crunch we're going to put right in between there where there's nothing really growing. We'll do that tonight.